Hey everyone, I'm Michael Willett. I have decided to try and attempt to do a video update. This could be the only one, there may be more. I'm not too certain. But I really felt led to do this. And I guess to give some of you an overview of what's happened in the past couple of months. Back in March, I had an unexpected seizure, and that was the first seizure I've ever had and the only one I've had since. It lasted about 10 minutes. I don't remember any of it. Luckily, I was rushed to the ER and received treatment there, stayed overnight. They did a few CT and MRI scans, and they found that I had a brain tumor, and they weren't sure which kind it was. A condensed version is that I had a follow-up appointment at Baptist and at Duke with both of their top neurosurgeons, as well as the original physician at Moses Cone. And they, after a lot of testing and diagnosis, they found out that I have a Oligodendroglioma. I think I said that right. And it's a type of glioma that's relatively rare. It normally has, it affects people that are a little bit older than I am. I'm 28 years old. So it's a rare tumor in general, and it's also rare that I'm kind of younger and that I had a seizure because of it at this point in time. And it is really difficult to talk into the camera like I'm really talking to somebody when I'm really sitting here alone in my empty apartment, trying not to freak out about packing and getting ready to go to Duke tomorrow. So thanks for your patience and for bearing with me. But I had follow-up appointments and chose to go to Duke, where I'm heading tomorrow to do the pre-op appointment, and then the surgery on Friday, May 31st. So throughout this past 2 months, it's been a little stressful, and there's a lot up in the air. And I've learned a lot about brain tumors and all the technology that's available now, which is incredible to diagnose, and the treatment options that are out there. The procedure that they agreed that I should have is called an awake craniotomy, and the tumor is in my left frontal lobe. So they are going to be removing as much of the tumor as possible. And the possible side effects, the main one they said is going to be speech motor functioning. So I'll be able to understand what people are saying and communicating, but I physically won't be able to respond. So there may be some speech pathology and physical therapy involved, so that I'll be able to basically retrain my brain to speak again. And of course, memory loss is part of the risk as well. And ever since I had the seizure, I've been on anti-seizure medication called Keppra, which the first few weeks were pretty rough. After about 4 or 5 weeks, your body kind of gets adjusted to it. But just the anxiety and the memory loss and dizziness and loss of appetite, all those side effects, it's the first time that I've really felt side effects from a medication before. And I just want to state now, before I know the outcome of the surgery, before I know if this tumor is cancerous or not before any of the treatments, that I really feel calm and at peace with whatever the outcome is. I know that there have been a lot of prayers, and I definitely believe in the power of prayer, that God can do miraculous things. He's already done a lot of things in my life that has shown me how just awesome and powerful He is. So I have every confidence that I'll make it through the surgery, that there doesn't have to be any side effects, and that everything will go according to plan. But I think the most important thing is, even if it doesn't, even if the worst happens, or there's another scenario that I haven't even thought of, if that occurs, that it's still okay, that it's much more of a reactive place now, instead of trying to plan out every single detail. And what really made me think of doing a video piece was a pastor called Matt Chandler, and he leads a church in Texas. A pastor of my church, Jason, actually sent me a link to Matt Chandler's website, and he had gone through a very similar thing. He was 35, I think, and he had a seizure. He had the same type of tumor that they think I have, and through his video updates, it really gave me a sense of just a perspective of what it was like to have that much uncertainty, and it was a really powerful testimony to me to have him willing to share that with everyone out there. And it is definitely not about getting attention or any of that. As you can tell, I'm not a very well-versed speaker, so I just want a lot of friends and family and people out there that may be going through the same thing to know that you're not the only ones that are going through it, and that there are other people out there that have gone through the same thing and possibly worse, and that there is a lot of support out there if you look for it. And I've just been overwhelmed with the outpouring of love and care packages and cards and scratch-off tickets that I've gotten, and just fun, really cool gifts that I've received. Didn't win anything, by the way, so there was no luck there. But just the thought that people put into their messages has really meant so much to me. And co-workers have just been so understanding and kind and supportive and praying with me, and just so many people have blessed me in a way that I never thought would be possible, or that I never thought I would be able to accept. And I think God has a really cool and funny way of making you realize things that you never thought you would be able to accept or go through. And I don't think that God is one to cause any of this stuff. I think if anything, He's there to stand beside us when things get tough. And that just having the perspective and the knowledge that this isn't all there is has gotten me through so much of every aspect of this, and leading up to it, of the financial piece of being out of work for who knows how many weeks, of medically long-term what the odds are, what treatment I'll have to go through, just all the stuff that I would like to know the answers to, but I'm not able to right now, has really just broken me down so that he will be able to provide in a way that I haven't experienced before. And to know that he's here through other people and through their love and kindness has been amazing. And as I get ready to pack and tidy everything up here, I just wanted to do this first so that I wouldn't get distracted again. I meant to do it earlier in the week and never got around to it. So I just really hope that God will use this for a greater purpose, and I know that He already has, and I just haven't experienced it yet. I know that He has a way of using the worst circumstances, or at least they seem like the worst to us, and He can use them and flip them into something great. And something that I've already experienced regarding this brain tumor is in 2011 I had a motorcycle accident. That was a whole other long recovery process. But they were able to take a CT scan in 2011. And when they took the CT scan now in 2013, whenever I had the seizure, they were able to compare and contrast the two scans. And from that scan that they took, from an unrelated incident, they were able to diagnose and tell how much the tumor's grown, and just all these things that have really saved a lot of time now. So the fact that God, again, didn't cause this motorcycle accident, but that He used something from that to quicken the process of what I'm going through now is pretty amazing. And I think just little things like that are going to really reveal what this will transform me into and what this will do in my life years down the line. So I appreciate whoever would care to watch this, watching this, and thank you again for everything. I mean, I'm surrounded by cards and buckets of just gifts and signs of people outpouring their love for me, and I am so grateful. I can't describe how much it means to me. So I will hopefully be able to update you throughout this process, depending on what happens. And I hope there's a purpose to me doing this in the long run, if anything, just for my personal records. So I'll know what I was going through, since I can't remember anything now. So thank you again, and I know that He is able and willing, and that He does listen to our prayers, and that it's not our circumstances that define us, that He is greater than anything that we can go through, and that He is there beside us the whole time, and that He is definitely real. And I can't wait for those of you who have not experienced Him to experience Him, and for those of you that have known Him for years to just guide and teach me to grow deeper in Him. So thank you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.